incapacitating pain of more than 1 month duration needs special attention. And you can ask certain questions to the patient. If the answer is yes, you can proceed for. You should feel you have to give him some pain clinic. You have to give some medication or some intervention is needed in such type of patient. Are you unable to work because of pain? Does pain restrict your daily activities? Have you had pain lasting more than 3 months? Does your pain affect your relationship with others? Are you feeling depressed because of unrelieved pain? Nothing is working to relieve your pain. Such type of patients, they are ideal candidate for you to treat in pain clinic. And the role of pain clinic is alleviation of pain. The basic thing is to relieve the pain. Other associated work which we do is alleviation of psychological and behavioral dysfunction and distress. See, sometimes medicines work and sometimes your consolation also works. So psychologically, you can give him consultation that you will be okay, and we are giving you some medications. If they will not work, we have so many things to do to relieve your pain. So don't get depressed. So psychological counseling is very much important. Reduction of disability and restoration of function. If he is having a back pain or limb pain, he is not able to walk properly or do his daily activities, and if this pain is relieved, then he will lead a better life. So we will be happy with that. Rationalization of medication. That means sometimes patient takes lots of medicine for symptomatic relief or something. So you can compile all his treatment, what is got before and what treatment he is on, and you can sort out which medication is necessary and which is not. So you can decrease the number of tablets he is taking. Sometimes most of the things he is taking unnecessarily, so you can remove those medications. And this is done by any doctor, but when he comes to pain clinic, you should take proper history, detailed history, treatment history, what kind of treatment he has received before, what he is taking at present, and you can gain confidence of the patient. Then only you can proceed. Reduction of utilization of healthcare services, including consultations. He must have attended so many doctors, so many consultations. Sometimes he must have undergone in operations also. In operations on spine, most of the patients they have pain after surgical intervention also. Such type of patients also attend pain clinics. So they need physiotherapy and sometimes interventions are also needed. I will tell you. Attention to social, family and occupational issues also. Mostly if patient gets irritable, behavioral problems are there, so his family life and social life is also disturbed. His family members are also annoyed with him. So you should counsel them also. Education, continuing audit and evaluation of services and needs of the patient. You have to continually evaluate whether he is getting relief from your medication or not, and what are his complaints, what problems he is facing. You should be in continuously touch with him and solve his problems. Research into epidemiology, causes and management of chronic pain. You have to relieve his pain and also investigate for the cause of the pain and what other management is needed. If it is a surgical thing, then you have to plan for surgery. Then these medications and all these things will not work. If pain clinics are of two types. Sometimes independent pain clinics are there when a single doctor opens a clinic and runs it on his own and refer the patient to some other specialty doctors whenever needed. Hospital-based clinics are there. We know like in institutions there is pain clinic. There are also multidisciplinary doctors. They intervene and manage the patient. Single modality approach, a single practitioner, neurologist or acupuncturist or chiropractor seeing and treating patient without regular input from other practitioners. Single doctor is treating and he is not taking advice from others. These chiropractors are these are the doctors who treat musculoskeletal dysfunctions. Like sometimes you say ना कि stretch हो गया, नस खिंच गई, इसके लिए chiropractors रहते हैं. They manipulate your spine and sometimes your muscles and treat the problems. They are not quacks, but they are between quacks and doctors. So it is also a specialized field and they are properly trained for that. So they get patient gets relief from them, but sometimes he may get into trouble also. If patient is having intervertebral disc prolapse and they manipulate his spine, sometimes this prolapse will be aggravated and patient will have sudden paraplegia and something like that can also happen. So multidisciplinary approach is always helpful. Multimodal approach is always helpful where doctors from other specialties are involved in the treatment and they are better judged for their in their field. Which neurologist he will better understand about the spines, nerve compression and other things. Physiotherapist will advise for physiotherapy. So that is a better approach. So firstly, when patient comes to you, you take the history of the patient. Sometimes the doctors have prepared questionnaire and according to that they give him, he can fill it or they can ask the question related to what type of pain is it radiates and when it occurs during lying down or working and so many related questions are there. Questionnaire can be in written form or in a verbal form. Physical examination is done, psychological testing and interpretation is done. Psychological testing will tell you how much pain he is experiencing and for how much time. If he is having pain for long time, patient will be irritable. That will you will understand by his behavior. Psychological interview of the patient and interview of the family members also. They will also tell about the patient's problem. Laboratory tests, clinical investigations are required and special tests like radiographs, CT, MRI, bone scans are needed sometimes. Special tests like thermography, EMG, evoked potentials are also done. Like for nerve conduction studies, myographic studies, these are all done. In therapeutic pharmacologic, we give analgesics, psychotropics, anti-inflammatory, muscle relaxants, drug detoxification. Cognitive coping strategies, biofeedback, relaxation, these are the cognitive therapies. These are psychological. Coping strategies, matlab, you have to counsel him that everything will be okay, bear the pain, have patience, something like that. Biofeedback means you have to control your actions which are involuntary, like increase in heart rate, muscle spasms. These all increased respiratory rate. Sometimes due to pain and due to irritability, patient may have tachycardia and all that. So you ask him, you train him to control his emotions, to control his reflex responses in form of tachycardia, tachypnea, muscle spasm and all that. That is biofeedback therapy. Medical modalities are nerve blocks, steroid injections, neurosurgical ablation, neurolysis, neural stimulation, orthopedic surgery. These are the things when we investigate and we see that particular nerve is getting compressed. What happens when nerve gets compressed? It gets edematous. So it gets edematous due to that, like when the nerve roots are passing through foramina in spine, you know very well, so when they get edematous, it has to pass through a small foramina and it will get edematous, its diameter will increase. then it will cause more compression on the nerve and the supplying, which is supplying to the muscle, and in this way it will cause pain and paraplegia, paraparesis like type of thing. So what we give steroid injections to supply in the spinal epidural space sometimes, where from where the nerve root is passing. So it will locally reduce the edema of the nerve, and um, that will decrease the compression of the nerve, and it will benefit the patient. So nerve blocks are given. Nerve blocks, nerve steroid injections are given. Nerve blocks, sometimes we give lytic injections also. Lytic injections means like phenol. It kills the nerve. It nerve will be damaged, for permanently damaged. So it will not conduct any impulses of pain or any sensation. So it will not cause pain. But you have to very precise while giving these nerve blocks, because if you damage the other nerve which is healthy, patient will be crippled for lifelong. So while performing these procedures, you have to be very precise. I will tell you how these are done in the form of done with C-arm guidance and fluoroscopy. These procedures are done in this with aid of this C-arm and fluoroscopy. Then only you can give precise injections. Neurosurgical ablations are there. Neurolysis, same thing, you have to destroy the nerve. Neural stimulation techniques are there, spinal stimulation techniques are there. You implant a stimulator in the body which gives continuous electrical impulses to the nerve or to the spinal cord, and in this way the pain is relieved. It's a very detailed topic, but I am giving you in short the idea of what we do in pain clinics. And those patients who are surgery is the only option, then you can do surgery also. Physical modalities are strengthening and range of motion exercises, hot and cold, and this ultrasound therapy. These are all physiotherapy people do. These also benefit the patient. But when the patient is in acute pain, then physiotherapy is contraindicated. Physiotherapy is very good thing and patient should do, but when they are in acute pain, then you can't do these motion exercises and all that. For that you have to give painkillers and treat the underlying cause, then only. Vocational training is there. Other support services like dietary and social services, because diet rich in calcium and healthy diet should be taken. This slide is showing the, like you counsel the patient, so his limbic system is involved, and when you give intrathecal pumps in spinal cord stimulators, they act on spinal cord level. When you give a child, sometimes trigger point injections are also given. They act on peripheral level, nerve at the level of nerve endings and pain sensors. Trigger point injections are the thing when we give into painkiller injections in the muscle. There are trigger points in the muscle. Where the pain is there, the muscle becomes taut and hard. And you locate those points and give the injections. Another trigger point injection, Botox. Botox is botulinum toxin is there. Injections of botulinum toxins are also sometimes given to destroy the nerve or nerve ending sequences. So whenever patient is in pain, we don't jump on the interventional management. Firstly, what will happen? You will give NSAID, some other medications like anti-anxiety drugs, gabapentin type of drugs. When he will not relieved from pain, then you will shift to opioids, weak opioids, tramadol. These are partial agonist antagonists. When they will not be relieved, then you go for strong opioids like morphine, pethidine. And from that also, if patient is not getting relief from pain, then you will go for interventional techniques of nerve blocks. And spinal analgesic techniques are also given, in which you can apply epidural steroid and lytic injections, and sometimes you put continuous catheters through which analgesic drug can be given. Another technique is neuroablation. Same thing is there, you destroy the particular nerve which is causing pain. So what are the requirement of pain clinic? This is not a very good slide. Location of the pain clinic, everybody should know the pain clinic is existing, marketing, availability, fee schedule should be like that, affordable fee should be there, and doctor should be sympathetic to the patient, so he can do charity work also. Good training is very necessary before opening any pain clinic. You should be very confident and well trained in your subject, then only you can do these techniques. Some injections given at pain clinic are lumbar injections, radio frequency procedures, radio frequency ablation is done, and cervical procedures, disc procedures, I will tell you in detail afterwards. Spinal implants are there, like spinal cord stimulators, intrathecal drug delivery system. You can implant a certain this drug delivery system which will deliver small amount of drug at fixed intervals to the patient for months, for 1 month, 2 months, like this. They have drug is filled in this system and it will give the drug at regular intervals. Vertebroplasty and kyphoplasty. These are all the interventional management. It's not an open surgery. These are all interventional management techniques. Through a single needle, you can do all these things to relieve the pain of the patient. But you should be, as I told you, very confident while performing these techniques. When in doubt, do not inject. And mostly we confirm the space where we have to inject by imaging and use of contrast dye. Non-ionic contrast are used and fluoroscopy is also used to confirm the place where we have to give the injection. Pain clinic should have a waiting room, 2-3 patient examination rooms, procedure room, consulting room, rest room, all these things. Information technology, like today, as you all know, computers are used everywhere in patient booking, medical record keeping, outcome information. Patient, you have to perform the procedure on a patient, then you have to keep the record also, whatever he is getting relief from pain or not, he is having some complication, they may have complication. Any procedure, as you are becoming doctors, you should very well know, any procedure can have complications, side effects, and all these things are always associated with our procedures. So anesthetic or surgical or medical treatment, so you should be also vigilant for them also. Audit data, that means we have to keep the record of everything. Local guidelines for prescribing and information sheets for patient about medications and their uses are helpful. Record keeping is necessary. And for doing these procedures, you should have a sterile operation theatre, and all the things should be sterile as you do in operation theatre. Same setup is necessary to perform these procedures. And the equipment which are necessary in performing these procedures is a fluoroscope, C-arm, radio frequency generator, ozone generator, portable infusion devices like syringe pumps or infusion pumps, peripheral nerve stimulators. By stimulating the nerve, you can locate the nerve. In anesthesia also, when we perform blocks like brachial plexus block and some nerve blocks, we use peripheral nerve stimulator. By stimulating a nerve, we locate the nerve and then give the injection around the nerve to paralyze it. Ultrasonography is also necessary. Also, through ultrasonography, you can locate the nerves. Pulse oximeter, ECG, autoclave, these are the basic things. Needles, syringes, antiseptic solutions, alcohol swabs, band-aid, all these things are necessary. And staff should be well trained, and psychologist, physiotherapist, rehabilitation medicine specialist, occupational health specialists, all consultation with all is needed in some or other time. When patient is recovering, then these things are very much helpful for him. Like palliative care physicians in cancer pain patients, the pain is not completely, cancer is not curable and the pain is also not completely curable. So you have to give repeatedly injections and other medications for such patients. So palliative care specialists are of a different specialty. As I have already told you, this is a 3-step procedure. Firstly, you give non-opioids for pain relief. If they are not relieved, you give mild opioids. And then, if pain persists, then you give these strong opioids, plus non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, plus gabapentin and some, you can say, methylcobalamin type of thing. You do combinations, and with all these things, if pain is not relieved, then you go for interventional procedures. For example, for some special cases are there like children, elderly, some patients who are having learning difficulty, mentally retarded persons, physical impairment is there, then they need special attention. And some patients who are like sickle cell disease, so they also need special attention. Fluoroscopy is very important in performing these interventional procedures. This pump is showing the intrathecal pump is there, which is implanted for pain relief. It gives continuous electrical stimulations to the spinal cord for relief of pain. Discography is done. Discography, if we see to visualize the intervertebral disc, we inject contrast, so it is disc is visible, how much it is prolapsed and how much it is compressing the nerve roots, and there are techniques by which we can remove disc with needle techniques. No open surgery is needed. I will tell you about these procedures. I will not be able to show the slides